Hey, it's Mercury Bard back again because job has been squared away and we're gonna play some Morrowind. Fingers crossed. Let's see. And hopefully we don't get murdered by Ashlanders like we just did. I think they're being generated by friends and foes by Danae. I might need to go adjust the mod configuration to see. Let's see if there's actually a way to do this via the MWSC. Bows. Maybe that'll stop the messed up, where the name and the dialogue, if you're looking at the person, the name does not match the name in the dialogue box. No, I don't see anything about fewer people trying to kill us. So we're just gonna have to suck it up and fight. Let's see. Add some firewood. Light it. Add water. Alright. Can we add more water? Yes, we can add more water. Let's add some ingredients and make a nice stew. We're just not gonna think about... Let's throw all the raw food in there that we didn't already waste time. Any mushrooms that are not cooked? Cooked. Raw. We will make a nutritious stew. Seasoning. No, we don't want to use our frost salts for this. Okay. Let's go pick over the bodies. She has a nice shirt. And she does not. Oh, some stone flowers and chokeweed. Stone flowers are one of the few pretty plants in all of Morrowind. This is what happens when you have an ash-filled wasteland. Let's see. No. Are these herbs that we can add? Yes. Okay. So 1% vegetable, 50% of the herbs, no seasonings, 100% meat, 100% mushroom. And what is affecting? I'm very thirsty. And now I'm hydrated. And I am peckish. So, there we go. Now we just have to wait for the stew to cook. Alright, do you think we can go in... No, I don't want the console command box. Alright, we're probably gonna get smacked by more Mobbergosh when we come out, but we should be able... I wish he would stop being so racist. Nothing else, we can practice our lock-picking skills in here. As I said last time, we need to find a thief companion, at least temporarily, so we have an excuse to join the Thieves Guild. Calm down, dude. He still thinks we're in combat. I don't know how to change his mind. Alright. We'll lay down, take a nap. Alright, we're nice and warm.
Yes. Feel free. Talk at your leisure.
And there's nobody trying to kill us. What the heck? Alright, filled cooking pot with stew. And we can't put it... Oh man, I was hoping we could put it in one of those jugs we picked up, because you can put water in them, no problem. Alright, facing the wrong direction. We go this way, I think. That would make sense. And let's save, since we didn't get ambushed as soon as we walked out of the yurt. There's a guard and a pack-war. And a lady.
What's your story?
I don't know. Let me see if I can sell you anything. Some lichen. Burnt crab meat. Great. Oh, wait. I get confused as to whether I'm trying to go up or down if I try to sell something and buy something at the same time. So in order to not confuse myself completely, penguin flipper. Ew, poor penguin. I don't know what a sand coin is. It's probably a sand dollar. Scrib jerky is food. We don't need that much scuttle. I think this is a stone. I think it's a shiny stone. So, food. Healing, I just bought. Pilgrim's Path. I was hoping we could put stew in those bottles, but no dice. And we actually look like we're good on armor's hammers right now. I really wish she sold lockpicks instead. Alright. Okay. Alright, that's probably some form of bandit. Or it could be another guard. Or it could be a random companion like that Argonian we found. Imperial Archer. Alright. Imperials. Our civilization has brought peace and prosperity to all of Tamriel. We place our faith in hard work, education, and discipline. We prefer free trade and diplomacy, but are not ashamed to use force. Alright.
I'm listening.
And Let's use you for speechcraft practice. 'Cause you are consequence free. You are not a quest giver. You are not. Alright. What are you two doing? Oh, it's a Quama Forager. How did you aggro that from all the way back there? Yes, come to me, you creepy little sandworm. Creaky, creepy bridge. Are you also an Imperial Archer?
Watch your step.
You are also an Imperial Archer. Who now hates me. Oh well. It leveled up at least. Oh, Gia. I don't need... You can use your bow and arrow. Use what you want. Let me check his gear. Since he usually isn't in the thick of combat, but I really needed him stabbing people for that last fight. Alright. Looks like he was mostly unhurt. He's a thief, but he's trying to reform. That's why we need to get another thief or shady character to join the Thieves Guild, because, you know, he's trying to prove he learned his lesson. That person looks like they're probably... Yep. This is a private road, Nord, and that means you have to pay me 100 drakes, or I can't let you go any further. I'm not giving you any money. Get out of my way. Then die, fool. Oh, he has a warhammer. I hate these. They're so easy. Well, if he wasn't a wimp, they'd be so easy to knock me over. Arithmetic for barbarians. Gorg and Ulf have between them a hoard of many coins. There's no need to fight, Gorg tells Ulf. Let's count the coins, so we will both get our fair share. Gorg has 3 coins, Ulf gives him 1 coin. How many coins does Gorg have now? Answer, 4. Ulf. Oh, that's really cute. And I mean that in a nice way. Anything worth hauling? Not really. It was a sledgehammer, not a proper warhammer. Okay. He must have been so desperate he went off into the wilderness to rob people. Okay, there's Al-Valathi. The random tower. This lady is actually a smith. She's just standing outside for whatever reason. She does not have any nice hammers for us. Jib, do you want the nice shirt? Here. Not that you can really tell, but you know. Why did we come here? Oh, we were gonna give the guy him. The not really the hitman. We were giving him a cure disease potion. Good. The Arvel family will be grateful. Anything I can do for you, I might have some duties for you later. Not right now. Maybe in a few days. Make sure you tell Naminda that you have delivered the potion. The Arvels have lived here for years. Despite their Halu connections, they are decent and generous. What does he train in? Nothing that I can afford, nor do I need. Alright, I don't know why there's a fly buzzing noise going on in there. Alright. Let's just take a look around the village. I did download, I think it was Random Pal, did a little cluttering mod. Alright, Turlund the Gnarled. Excuse me, could you spare a few coins so I can buy myself a cure disease potion? I was bitten by a rat the other night, felt horrible ever since. How about I just give you the potion? That would be even better. Thank you so much. You are a credit to every Nord. Okay. I'm hoping he actually used it and didn't just scam us out of a potion he'll resell. Oh, hey, look! It's a slaughterfish slaughtering area. Meh. The Arvel Shack. Let's talk to them since we just brought them a potion. What brings you here, stranger? We don't see new faces often here in Alvalathi. It's been quiet. I think everyone is concerned those outcast Ashlanders will kidnap more people. Didn't you hear? They took Madura Saran. She was but a simple pilgrim. Someone needs to rescue her. Some rogue Ashlanders have a small camp just south of the village. They took her there. Look for the camp past the lighted tree, up on the hill. Watch yourself. Now, we tried this quest earlier and got our butts kicked. So let's... Oh, she's got a really cool hairstyle.
Outlander, what do you want?
Alright. Let's see what else. There's a bunch of bottles just on the shore. Oh, that's cool. Let's fill our jugs. I wash my jug. No, we crashed to desktop and I don't know why. Let's restart. Okay. My boss, who is supposed to be at his daughter's swim meet until for another hour, has found things that are wrong with some documents, so I'm having to message other people. Alright. We gotta remember to save as soon as we walk into a town. Oh, there's the town. I was gonna give Geob the expensive shirt. Yes. I will take the common shirt off him so he doesn't have to carry it. And did we tell him to use whatever weapon he wanted prior to this mess? I don't know. Let's go give the cure disease potion to the Hetman. I'm just gonna call him the Hetman because that's what he unofficially is.
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Captain.
He's like sort of the Hetman for Alvalathi. Alright, potion. Okay. I really miss having intervention amulets because that'd be really nice right now. Just to be able to divine intervention to Nissus. And we left Geob in the trade house.
Find me
Outpost.
worthy of your attention.
Most of his hounds that we used in the other game were close-faced, so we didn't get to see his lovely scarred visage. So I kind of like having these goofy horns.
I suppose there's no harm in talking. What can I do for you?
Alright. Do you think we can take on those Ashlanders?
Enjoy watching you take your last breath.
This time, or are we just gonna get our butts kicked all over the place again? See, that's the yurt up there. No. I want to kill the Morrowind. What are you boys doing back there? Let's see. Cheap restore health, that should be enough. And he's out of mana. And Geob's dead. Ah! What are y'all doing back there? Alright, we are still not powerful enough. Do we want to try and walk overland to Nissus? Or, because that's always been a disaster. Or do we want to... try and
A warm welcome to you.
go back to Cole and take the Silt Strider? We're pretty low on funds, so let's just walk. Try to walk to Nissus, which is this way apparently. I mean, there's all of these rope fences to keep people from falling off the cliffs, but it's like, who... And Dax going, ooh, booze. And she'll put on this expensive shirt. She didn't care if it was kind of goofy as an Ashlander shirt.
I shall enjoy watching you take your last breath.
Really? What are you guys shooting at? I don't know. Let's go kill this Quama forager. It's another bandit with a death wish. And bug greaves. I'm really glad friendly fire has been turned off. Otherwise, I would probably be on fire. Hmm. Hiding with the Shadow. That's a different book than we've seen. Usually, 9 times out of 10, it's the Dunmer Guide to the
enjoy a good conversation.
Reach. Which, I don't know, are the Dunmer making a push to move into the Reach? Is that what's going on? What's up there? I don't know. Apparently we've been through here before. Oh yeah, because that's the lady that's trying to lure us. Because her friend is right there. She's trying to get us to fish a ring out of the bottom of that pool. So let's save and see if we can preemptively attack this dude. We told her no. Leave me alone, Outlander. Okay. Screw you. Oh, it's not a dude, it's a lady. Screw you. Health. Yes, let's get you bandaged.
You'll soon be nothing more than a bad memory.
Now she's throwing stars. She's pretty. I can see why she was successful in luring people. Oh, look, there's her ring. Alright. Let's get some sleep. I am well rested and peckish. I mean, we just, you know, took a nice nap beside, pretty pool. I wonder if the ring she was carrying was the ring that she was trying to get you to pick up. Let's go take... Oh, no! There is a ring down here. An expensive one, too. Alright. Yes, this is this way. Yeah. Alright.
You will die in disgrace. There is no
Fool.
haven't a chance against your destined.
I like his the combination of helm, mustache, and whatchamacallit. Oh, we got a bug shield now. Is this dumber than my helm? Armor rating 10. Armor rating 9. So yes, this is this is smarter than my helm. Even though it looks really dumb. that's really not worth the wait. Crown chain boots, 10. Cloven boots, 18. Alright, my dude. Thank you for your donation. No, I do not want to start a new game. No, it's not Alvalathi. It's West Gash. What's up here? Is there like a cave here, or is this just... Oh! Oh, there's a tomb. I know it's a tomb because it has the Nole ancestors, so we know this is the Ginnith tomb. And I can't sleep because... apparently there's something hanging out somewhere.
I shall enjoy watching you take your last.
Oh wait, Giab, I was gonna give you that bug shield. Armor rating 2. Yeah, you don't need that anymore. Let's see if we like cozy up to the door. If we get too close, sometimes it'll let us sleep. Even if there's enemies within, technically within aggro range. Come on. Let's go this way. I'm rested. Expensive amulet. It's creepy. A spiked club and a steel staff. Nothing worth carrying around. Who are you? Why are you in this tomb? This could be problematic. Let's see what this person is doing. They look like the boss. Poison song. Okay. I'm confused, but alright. I'm sure they're up to no good, but oh well. They're not attacking us. They don't say anything about House Telvanni, they just say mage. Weird. Oh, that's the Dwemer thingy ruin up there. Which, if we're still struggling with Ashlanders, we really don't need to go into a Dwemer ruin.
You deserve me nothing more than a bad.
what did I say? Dunmer's Guide to the Reach. May mercy, mastery, and mystery guide your life and ancestors. My name is Guiaris Dar Oso, and I have set out to compose a series of guidebooks about the frigid and alien land west of our enlightened people, Skyrim. The Reach is one of the most ethnically diverse regions in Tamriel, having been fought over by essentially every major Western power. Unlike what many of our people believe, not all of Skyrim is like the most northern lands of House Redoran. The Reach is in fact covered with thick deciduous forests and is quite temperate in temperature. Some travelers may even find the many mesas and steep valley reminiscent of the Foyadas of Vardenfell. Traveling to and from Markath, of all possible modes of transportation, I would greatly advise to take a boat. From Banan Malur to the city of Hafingr, and from there I would advise taking a river barge down the Karth River until you reach the city of Markath, the largest settlement in the hold. Passage can be booked here to virtually all corners of the region and even to other holds. Any pious Dunmer will find the religious facilities lacking in Markath hold, and with good reason, being far from our hallowed lands. I would highly suggest bringing the necessary materials and prayer books on your journey. With that said, there is in fact a hostel and house temple run by a kind soul named Vadas Marvani, open to any of the temple faithful. His residence is a 2-story house near the King's Hall in Markath. While the Western Nords are by no way amenable to our kind as a whole, they are too preoccupied with harassing the Breton and Redguard communities to bother a traveler from Morrowind. Remember that you are a representative of the Triune Way, and as long as the authorities be just, recall the writings of St. Dylan the Wise. Keep no secret from your judge's scale. However, I must stress that this does not make travel in the Reach like an evening at the spas of Draenum. The native inhabitants of the area, aptly called Reachmen, are to be avoided unless absolutely necessary, as their villages are commonly hideouts for murderous marauders. In addition, I have been told that the Nordic unrest within the city of Dragonstar continues still at the time of this guide's completion. Okay, so that's about as prejudice as the Pocket Guide to the Empire, but from the Dunmeri perspective. Which, okay. You know, the Pocket Guide was always supposed to be the definitive guide to the Empire, and it's really, really, inaccurate. Well, not inaccurate, but definitely biased to the Empire. You can't really trust the narrator. Kyle. That's a real Morrowind name. We already have a Lonnie's amulet, so I don't know what's going on with that. Who are you? Herea the Leader, who is a Nord bard. That's a jaunty tune. Alright, what was our job for the Imperial Legion? Nissus Egg Mine. Oh, we were supposed to find a Cure Blight scroll. And we pissed off the Hetman, because he was the one who was supposed to be able to sell us the scroll here in Nissus. But we've joined the temple, so maybe someone in there is also selling them. We need Cure Blight on other, not Cure Blight on self. Which is entirely different spell. Maybe you have it, Barter. What can I sell you? Alright. Don't need the Telvanni Bug Musk. Get rid of the Saltries. The uncooked mushroom. Alright. Pilgrimage of the... I think one of the pilgrimages is in here. The Shrine of Justice. We gotta look for Vivek's Ash Mask in here. So, let us go look for it. And also...
Is there something you need?
I can't sell anything to you. Where is everybody? Where's Aeneas? Oh no, we're in the wrong town for Aeneas. He's in Alderaan. We're in Nissus right now. You need to move. Thank you. You look like a person who might be selling something. Who's also blocking the bookcase. I think some of those are the...
Move along.
Can't pick that up, but we can pray here. Alright, the grace of justice. Thank you for your justice, Lord Vivek. I shall be neither cruel nor arbitrary, for failure dealing earns the love, trust, and respect of our people. 1 down, 6 to go. Let's go up in the minaret. Is there anything we can steal in here? Jeeb's like, why are we stealing from the temple? Because we can. And we're terrible people, even if you're trying not to be. Neridus is just like, oh my god. Why? Why have I... why do they have so many shields? But why have I joined up with such heathen criminals? Leave the lantern here. Let's sleep. Restore our magicka. I'm peckish and thirsty. Let's empty out this water jug. And 0.5, 0.5, 0.2, 0.2, 0.5, 0.5, 2, 2, 2, 1, 0.5. Okay. Let's eat a mushroom. Look, it's a little pair of shoes. There's nothing in the chest. Let's move up 1. We're on the minaret. I guess, weren't we on the roof there and we tried to steal something? And they, caught us? I guess someone was up here in the minaret. Well, that's what we're gonna say. Sneaking? We look so stupid when we sneak. Alright. Sermon 16 from the 36 Lessons of Vic. Alright. Do we have both of you? No, we somehow lost him. How did we lose you? This is a tiny, tiny room. Come along. Alright, both of them are with me this
I'm
time.
listening. Go ahead.
Maybe there's an Endoral priestess. I think she's downstairs. Maybe she sells scrolls. Or this random lady with the kicky hair. Oh, she's from the Partners mod. She's a pilgrim. Mayra Dror. Bartering. Will she buy my bottles? No. She'll buy books, though. That's nice. We're keeping the 36 lessons for Geob to study, but we can sell everything else, and we can buy cheap health potions because we're getting our butts kicked by Ashlanders. Meh, meh. If my cat were here right now, she'd be going meh, meh. She doesn't purr. She's just grumpy. All right, where are you going? Who are you? She is a dark elf monk wearing a stripy skirt. Excuse. Alright, so that was a bust.
Why are you away from your post?
Who are you? You're just a random guard. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of these shields I picked up. I was gonna give those to, what's his bucket? I'm jerking my thumb behind me, but Geob, but, we'll be fine. So, my bargaining has gotten better. But...
You may speak.
you sell clothes. And I have clothes to sell. And I'm gonna get like $6. Okay, maybe not. I got 150.
Go ahead, Outlander.
Are you a
What do you
thief?
need?
You're a smuggler. Okay, we could potentially... Alright. You like us already. Do we have random crap? We have random crap. And she does not have keys. Alright. I already forgot Nessa's egg mine. So do we try to walk back to Aldrun? Is it something we want to try and do? I don't think we want to try and do that right now. I mean, everyone talks about how Nissus is this tiny little village, but they have the egg mine, which I guess is the basis of their economy. They have the ash mask in the temple, which is a major pilgrimage point. And then they have Fort Darius, which might be the smallest of the forts, but I'm sure it still has some effect on the local economy. Okay, his Silt Strider is named Mabergosh, and he is actually an Outlander. It is hard to explain to someone not familiar with Ashlander custom, but I will humor your curiosity, Outlander. Mabergosh are outcast witch warriors, once wise women who break from their tribe and position to pursue freedom, power, or magic. Mabergosh and I left our camp for nothing more than the liberty of the Strider paths and the weight of the drakes at port. That's fun. Alright. Let us be on our way to Eldrun. So we can report into Naminda.
Outlander.
Good day to you.
May your kills be quick and many.
You have a silly hat, sir. Alright.
How interesting.
Think it'll rain?
Probably not,
Talk is
given
free.
that
What do
this
you
is
want?
the Ashlands. What are you, Kari? You are a... Oh, you're a rogue. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about me. She seems unimpressed. Let's talk about us. Nope.
Under sun and
You've
sky.
got my ear, let's hear it.
We greet you.
Yes, Outlander.
Let's just go report into Naminda. You have a
Under
very
sun
fancy
and
shirt.
Sky, Outlander. We greet you warmly.
He's a noble. Dark elf noble. Those are House Drez colors. And yes, I downloaded a mod to make this look prettier, less boring. I believe it is by the Enwas and Mushrooms team, but I will have to double check. And as always, I will put the link to the mod on the Nexus when I go back and review the footage. Naminda! We've delivered the
Outlander.
potion.
You seem to
What
be
do you
doing
want?
all right for yourself. What can I do for you?
Good work, Dak. I heard you delivered the potion. From who? Just tell me when you're ready for more duties. A Redoran trader has gone missing. I need someone to help find Mathis Dalobar. He's a trader who comes through Eldrun just about every month. He was probably headed towards Margon or Nissus. Talk to the people in Margon and find out if anyone there knows what happened to him. I'll mark these towns on your map. Congratulations, Gieb, you've been promoted to Oathman. Alright, gotta find a missing trader. Trader, not traitor. Alright. Let us be on our way. Why are there giant pieces of rock up there? I do not know. Are you also a noble? No, you're a mage. Those seem to be the
You may
only
speak.
kind of
Wealth
people
beyond.
who, whatchamacallit, wear fancy robes. Alright, Margon is pretty close. We'll just walk there.
Speak
What's your
freely,
story?
friend.
Ma'am, you're missing your shirt. She's a rogue. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about friendship. Or let's have pleasant talk. Let's talk about friendship. Yay, we're friends. Let's talk about companions. Yay, we're companions. Ooh, you got Sujama on you. I'm taking that. Your gear is pretty crappy. And yes, I will train you. I would also give you a shirt. Let's see, where's the publican? Excuse me.
Wealth beyond measure is precious, so make it quick.
Come on. Come on. You are the publican, yes? No, you just sell stuff that I need. Journeyman's lockpicks. And you kind of hate me. Hey, everybody move. Is this... Nope, you're not a publican either. But Sylvari tells me that down here is an Engoth the jeweler who lets us join the Thieves Guild. Just remember there is honor among thieves. Do not steal from a brother thief. Everyone else is a mark. Do not attack a brother thief. Do what you will to everyone else. If you have a price on your head, we have ways of taking care of it. If you break these rules, you must speak with one of the masterminds here in Vardenfell to regain your good standing. Do you think you can handle it? Sure. You are now a toad in the Thieves Guild. Welcome, Sister Sylvari. Talk to me when you want some odd jobs to do, and when you think you're ready for advancement. If you have a price on your head, there are those you can talk to as well. I've got a job for you, something that might add some clink to your pockets. I've heard the Eldrun Mages Guild has been left unguarded. I want you to get Anna Raren's Devil's Tonto. Like I said, my source in the Mages Guild says they'll all be gone for a while. Why? Go in there and take whatever you want, but be sure to bring me the Devil's Tonto. Okay. Let's go see if this works. 1, 2, 3.
Under
Good day
sun
to you.
and sky, Outlander.
Where did they go? Maybe they're all on a picnic.
My victory is at hand.
Ah,
That guy
great.
asks way too
You'll be dead.
Well, it didn't get me kicked out of the guild. So that's a good thing. Was he carrying the double? No, he just has a silver dagger. Now, where the heck is this? This is locked, so it could be this. And there's a Rangonian who uses this room. And... oh no, I bet it's the high elf downstairs. Okay, 25 gold. You guys stay out there. Nope, not in there. But with a name like that, I bet it's the high elf downstairs. Almivsy intervention, I'll take that. We're allowed to dig through this chest. Cure common disease on self. Restore magicka, hell yes. Divine intervention on self. Nope. But yeah. Oh, there's a kid in here. I forgot that happened. There's 2 kids.
May I help you?
Okay. So the children are heavily protected from being attacked. So she should just teleport out if I hit her. I don't know what that's gonna do though. Oh, I shouldn't have saved. My crime has been reported. Okay. Yes, it's up here. Bet it's in there. And we do have unhinging. That didn't work. Crap. I shouldn't have done that. We autosaved in Nissus. And then I overwrote it. Alright.
An honor, to be sure.
Alright, well fed and hydrated. So let's make a
May you
different
find me
choice this
worthy of
time.
your attention.
Did we do the ash mask thing? Okay. So we're not gonna do that quest
Outlander,
yet. I
what do
believe
you
there's
want?
a fix on Emma's website that will have the children not be there when everyone else clears out. So I'll have to download that
What is this regarding, Nord?
and see if I can repackage it. Because MO2 did not like Children of Morrowind. I had to like futz with it, and then I just ended up installing it manually, which MO2 doesn't like either, but it can suck it up. Alright. Let's go talk to the clothing merchant again. That looks like a pretty valuable ring, even though we haven't used it yet.
Is there something I can do for you?
Fight well.
I believe we sold you some junk last time. Folded cloth, some bottles. Buy books. That still has a little bit of water in it, but we don't need a giant bowl.
Is there something I can do for you out there?
Alright.
What is this regarding, Lord?
So, Aldrun, gotta go back. Aldrun was kind of a bust. But we gotta go back and talk to Naminda. We'll just not do the, Thieves' Quest thing. Even though I need lockpicks. But she'll sell them
Mathsera.
even if we're not in the guild. We just won't get the guild discount. So we'll do that. We'll go in, we'll buy lockpicks.
Well met.
We won't join the Thieves Guild, we won't pick up Sylvari. And we will... I don't know. There we go. I might be getting better at this. Master's lockpick, I'll take it. I am almost out of probes. Use 25, use 25. Journeyman picks. Alright, that was a big chunk of change. We're going to be collecting garbage from here until
Outlander, what do you want?
Doomsday. Who are you? You're just a random person. You're a miner. An egg miner, specifically. Is there anyone down here to talk to? Hey, you're a pawnbroker. Maybe you've got something for me. Ah, come on, we're both Nords. Is it because I don't have a cool face tattoo? Alright, what crap can I sell you, though? Anything? What crap can you sell me? Eh. You are a very fancy-dressed Argonian. With some interesting skills. And you sell books. Wait, are you some kind of noble? He does a little of this and a little of that. That means he's a thief.
Watch your step.
Huh. These books
This
any good?
warm blood has questions.
Always, this warm blood has questions. This is a Farland, by the way. They're from Saber Girls, The Way of the Talon. And normally I'm not big on custom races, but she put so much background and detail into the race that everyone's just like, yeah, it's okay. It's cool. I don't know if her website is still up, but she had an entire, like, world that included the Farlands that was detailed on it.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
Outlander, what do you want? Outlander, what do you want? I'm listening. Go ahead.
That's still awesome. That they, you know, mages
What
can
is
just
this
randomly teleport in. Because that's the thing they do, is teleport. And why walk when you can just vanish in one place and
Is there
reappear in
something I
another?
can do for you?
So. Alright, reporting back again. Go find the missing trader. Jeeb's advanced to Oathman, and
You're
I
a
keep
lot more
hitting the
refined
console
than most
key
of the travelers I've met.
instead
I like
of the escape button.
Hello.
That was a lovely hello. Except like he was gargling rocks. Alright, let me take a quick look at my work phone. Looks like everything's okay. Till my boss calls me and is like, why did you plan this? I will be like,
Wealth beyond measure.
because I am nowhere near as good at Tetris as you are. Eek. So,
What is this about?
alright, let us walk our way to
I don't
Margon.
believe it.
Yes, Nord.
We have water. Our water skin is empty, but we have other water.
Yes, Outlander.
Yes, madam.
And I'm sure we can find a publican who can refill it when we get to Margon.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Do you have something to say, Nord?
Yeah, who are you? You can't teach me anything useful. It's the Wargwar. Are the spikes part of his... The spikes are part of the barding. Yeah, he didn't have spikes on his tail naturally. Another Kyle. Terrible name. Alright. I will stop now. You don't buy clothes. You buy goblets. I mainly just want to get them out of my inventory.
I'm listening.
Alright.
Go ahead.
You haven't a
Before the boys freak out about it, let's just kill it. Oh, look, there's another one. Any more back here? There's a Kagudi.
bill for mercy, snowman.
I was like, what are you shooting at, Gia? But it's a cliff racer. A diseased cliff racer. Fire fern? We will come back here and kill the Kagudi, hopefully. Dang it, he missed the next sound. That would have been cool, because I think he fired that at the Kagudi if it had gone past the dead animal and hit Bug Dog. Jeeb got him. Black Lichen. red lichen. I think this is a trauma shrub. Scathraw plant. I think we're like one valley over from the actual road to mark on, but it'll work. I have enemies nearby. Where's the cliff racer? Oh, it's an elit, and it's up there.
Your suffering will be praised.
And it's a diseased elit. We've pretty much given away all our cure disease potions, so we probably should buy some more.
I shall enjoy watching you take your last.
I still think that's a waste of magicka to use a spell on a Quama Forager, but it is what it is, and there's a human up there, and it's a crossroads, so odds that it's a bandit? Pretty high, even though there's a guard over there. Or at least someone using an Imperial Guard shield. Yeah, no.
I will bathe in your blood.
Of course it's an orc. I'm just collecting all of... It's spoiled, but maybe someone will buy it for something useful. For something worth carrying it. 17, 15, 35, 10, 40, 20. Not worth it. Yeah, that looks like a guard up there. Well, are you gonna come down here and attack us?
No man.
Hmm? Come on.
I shall enjoy watching you take your last breath.
You've been hit. And you have so little health that
For
any
mercy,
hit
no man.
is a problem. Okay. Is that everything? Can I set up my tent here? Unpack. Alright. Agility, personality, luck. Sounds like a good mix. I'd still really like to know what makes that lowing noise. I don't see anything except a bird, and the birds actually, the seagulls will actually help you fight. Now I hear it.
It's over for you. Beg for mercy, no man.
Alright. Adibala. That's a name. We have a cave. We don't even have a cave save. We've only been in ancestral tombs. Alright. Let us get our butts kicked.
You'll soon be nothing more than a bad memory. Now you die!
Okay. Torch. Steel battle axe. That's not terrible, even though it weighs a ton. Good thing I didn't have... I had all of my fatigue on, because that's one of the weapons that will knock you down quickly. So, pet blighted Nyx hounds. That's a choice for a pet. Bargain restore health. A key, a loot. We don't need loot. I think we've got a bunch of really crappy... Yeah, we got a bunch of really crappy armor on us. So... let's do some shifting around of things. Quality restore willpower. I will take that. And you, take these arrows. Hey, actually take some of this other stuff. Exclusive potions, that's a nice deal. Soul gems tend not to weigh very much, so... and they're pretty. Coin is coin, even if it's like 4 drakes. It's still worth grabbing. So drakes, gold, and septums are all the same money. Drake septums are... the royal family is the septums. Uriel septum is the current emperor. Then, but the Imperials... the dragon is kind of their thing, so that's why they're called drakes. And then you have, you know, gold, it's gold. That's why you call it gold. But the old Elathi money was called drams. And Obdata added, I believe it was Obdata, it might have been Tamriel Data, but probably Obdata, added drams to the possible things you could find. But you can't use them for currency, but it's still cool. That's a bunch of arrows. We don't need that many arrows. If they were enchanted, yes. Or fancy high value arrows like silver, then yes. But not that many. 250 iron arrows is just excessive. It's just a bunch of weight. Oh. I'm dumb. I could have practiced my security skills by unlocking that, and instead, it blew up in my face. And Dak is muttering to herself about how all these barrels have potions in them and they don't have, you know, booze. Drink that. The plates are really pretty. Okay. So now we're gonna go across the bridge and see what else these outlaws have going on. Oh, good thing we grabbed the key off the lady. Alright, where's the person who's trying to kill us? And she is trying to cast a spell.
die in disgrace.
Whatever she was doing, that didn't work. Ah, you have a club. And you summoned an ancestor ghost. Okay, that didn't work out in your favor. Matzi, ooh. Looks like it's time to drink some matzi. Oh, yeah, take the expensive amulet. It may not be enchanted, but, it's worth something. We're not getting any potions of strength. That's what you really need later on in the game, is potions of strength, because of the frickin' greater bone walkers that permanently decrease your strength attribute. Alright. We're level 9, someone just hit level 7. Soon, maybe, we won't die. Relationship. Indeed, we are. Companionship. Move. This isn't a bad bandit cave. It's a good size. They didn't have much, but, you know, at least they had a place to stay. She's not still drunk, so. Yeah, we'll just take everything. Nice low-level cavern for us. If we go down, is there anything down here? Or is this just in case you fell off the platform? Yeah, that looks like it was just in case you fell off the platform. Also, where did the water come from? It must be a really deep underground stream. Is this part of... Well, I guess we're kind of backed up to the Bitter Coast, so that would make sense. How do you get out of this place? Oh, down there. That's where we need to go, is down. Alright.
Die, Fetcher.
Where? Where's the oh, it's all the way up there. Alright, let me know when it gets down within hitting distance. 'Cause unlike you two, I don't have a ranged weapon or useful attack spells. There's somebody up there. That might be... That looks like it's a guard. He's wearing a skirt. Oh, he does not have pants on. Excuse me. Oh, you are a guard. You just aren't wearing pants, despite the fact that it's chilly. That, however, looks like a bandit. Is that the bull netch that just made that cow noise?
Let's see what you're made of. This is pointless. Give in.
You haven't a chance against me.
And he just used a potion.
Let's see what you're made of.
Okay, why does he get all the healing? Like, all of it.
Careful with that, friend.
Okay, that was a miserable fight. Why are you so difficult? Goddess. Turquoise, that's nice. Was it just because he had heavy armor? Expensive shoes. Expensive shirt. Common pants, but still, he was doing well for himself for a bandit. There's a bunch of lit over there. You! Heal yourself.
You inward. Careful with that, friend.
Diseased alert. Are they poisonous? Is that what was kicking out the poison? I do not remember. I'm a little hazy on what the cover to the tent does. The trinkets all boost your magicka restoration or your health restoration or something. But let's see what this cover actually looks like. Okay, that looks like it's thatch. Kind of hard to figure out how it fits in your backpack, but what are you gonna do? Fire fern, so pretty. How close are we to Margon? Oh, we're not even halfway there. Take the meat. Ashlanders. She's not in combat. Okay. save before we go into the tent, just in case we piss somebody off. And by tent, I mean yurt. Mana gnats.
Outland.
Who are you? Hey, Nord! I'm Bedin Gilladren, a poor pilgrim trapped by these Ashlanders. Can you get me out of here? These Ashlanders are holding me for ransom. Why are they holding you for ransom if you're a poor pilgrim? Yes, you heard right. I have the famous noble. I demand 5,000 drakes in ransom. Who? What do you mean? You have not heard of the famous Redoran noble, Bedin Gildaran? He's not famous. He told me he was a famous noble of House Redoran. Perhaps you should speak with him. I thought the Ashlanders would kill me, so I told them that I was a famous noble. I knew it was wrong, but what else could I do? Oh, Mayana. So this famous noble is a liar and a coward. Well, you can have him for 5 drakes. Yeah, we'll pay for the idiot. 5 drakes.
Well,
This is Giob's decision. You paid my ransom? Thank you, Giob. I'll continue on the pilgrimages on my own. Since he's probably, at least from House Redoran territory. Okay, both the boys came with. Giob will fork out 5 gold for his release. So, I wonder if you get a quest later on from the temple to go find his idiot ass. Alright. Well, at least we're going the right way. You look like you might be a bandit. What would you like to talk about, stranger? He's a wood elf, an eager hunter looking for adventure. Have you seen that massive, dark, weird structure in the middle of the Ashlands? It's called Banan Banif. People have been known to disappear there. Should you get caught in the middle of an ash storm, it's safer to find shelter inside a tomb than in that thing. Okay. What are you talking about? You just told me about it. Maybe he needs to like me more? Huh. That's interesting.
You're defeated. Beg for mercy,
Okay, it is the elite that they do have poison that knocks you around. All right. Let's clean up our stuff. How's your hat? Well, that could be... Why are you still carrying that? Your helm has taken a beating. You. I need everything that you need repaired. bow back. Your little silver flame blade. Do this while you put it on? No. Still, carry that. Here's your bug shield. That's his hat. Steel helm versus this. Swap that out. What's Dak look like? Not the most attractive hat, but there you go. Here. Nope, he won't put on the crown chain. He won't put on the sun hat. But he will, for some reason, put on the dragon scale helm. Is it a value thing? Because one is... We're in the Ashlands, we're not in Alderaan. Like, is he such a snob that he won't wear anything cheap? Who knows? Oh look, it's probably another bandit. No, maybe a pilgrim. He's just standing there. Pardon me, can you help a poor pilgrim? I've been trying to get to Ruddyman, but I have lost my way. If you would be so kind as to help, I can pay you 150 septims upon our arrival. I need to get there rather quickly, though. I'm on a pilgrimage, and there are others I must meet there. I must be at Ruddyman in Coal Cave within 2 days. Can you help? Yeah, sure. Excellent. Let us be on our way, then. It's on the western shore, so we must hurry. The Coal Cave is south of Nissus. If we travel west and a bit south, we can arrive there. If you have a map, I'll mark the location for you. Okay. Can we go up the hill here?
Suffering will be great. There is no escape.
Okay. We need something that cuts through... We need a way over the mountains to our left, basically. Or we... I've contracted ataxia. Well, it doesn't say blight in its name, so it's probably a common disease. Oh, wait. I have a cure common disease thing. No need to waste a potion when you have an amulet. Can I get over here? Maybe? Our other option is to go to Margon and take the Silt Strider. That's actually closer. Let's do that. We actually have to go to the Ruddyman Shrine as well. But... it's a cow or a sheep or something. Or an etch. It could be an etch. Margon. What are you walking around with?
Outlander.
Are those onions? Flowers? A don't know. We're here to take the Silt Strider. Being a caravaner can be a lucrative trade in the right conditions. The gold was well worth leaving the mainland for, even if I was in debt for years with the breeder after purchasing Silkwalker. A fancy name, no? It was well deserved once. Silkwalker and I have hauled many a fine cargo in Hualu territory, but trade isn't what it used to be, thanks to the Blight. We make do with what we have, even in such unforgiving places as the Ashlands. A missing pilgrim? We're asking about Beden. A missing pilgrim? Tralos Rendas at the shrine might know something about it. Alright, we're gonna travel in Nisses. Alright, now I'm peckish and thirsty. I might as well guzzle some stew. Because that makes you... Alright, so directly across... Frick. Should be the Ruddy Man Shrine. Hanab stole my pants! I was taking a bath and Hanad Lasami stole my pants. Maybe you could talk to him and get my pants back. Okay. Maybe we can talk to him and get your pants back. But first, I'm going to fill a container with water. Jug filled with dirty water. Yeah. Hey, we can light a fire and, clean it. Okay. How do I get down to the Ruddy Man Shrine? Oh, you need a potion of drow wax, and I don't have any. But there should be a drow within the cavern. There usually is. Now, can we beat up a drow at our current level? We are wet and we are cold. Because we went for a swim and it's cold. Why is there an Argonian? Let's talk about you. My name is Sasari, an Argonian and an eager Nightblade looking for adventure. Sasari seems to enjoy my attention. Okay, so she is kind of the partners mod, I guess? Alright, let me see if there's any pearls here real quick. Nope, that's not actually pearls. Okay. Okay, we're in the cave. Here Vivek defeated Ruddy Man, the god of the drow. Vivek showed his people how to make armor from the wax of the drow. From the wax? Okay. Thank you for your help, Gia. As promised, here is your payment. 150 gold to escort him. Okay.
Is there something you need?
Let's attempt to find and kill a drow down here. Those, water breathing potions that I've been gathering are for a reason. There's one. Oh, that was easy. Magic skeleton sword. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, that's cool. Alright. Yes, I will donate the drow wax. The grace of valor. Thank you for your valor, Lord Vivek. I shall not quail nor turn away, but face my enemies and my fear. Alright. Why is it illegal
Go ahead,
to rest in
What do
there?
you need?
I do not understand. But let's see if we can go find that guy's pants. Blow bugs! Okay, how do you get back to Nissus and up the bank without just throwing yourself in the river? I'm sure there's a way to do it, but... Do I know such things? No. I'm just a poor, stupid Nord who hits things with a sword. That rhyme was totally not intentional. Ah, boy. Okay, so there's the Salt Strider. I don't remember that one's name. Maybe that was Mabergosh? Alright, dude. We'll go find you some pants. You were asking why I'm collecting all of this flint. Well, it's to do this. Okay, this is part of Ashfall. Based on our survival skill, we can make different things. And the easiest thing to make is a flint knife, which takes 1 piece of flint and 1 piece of wood. And I ran out of wood. Okay. So let's go sell all those flint knives we just made to the lovely ladysmith over here.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
They're worth like 3 gold apiece, but it's still better than nothing. Wait, no, that wasn't something I needed to keep.
You
Alright.
seek information, Nord? Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
You are the seller of general goods, but you are stuck on the stupid eggs. So you won't
Is there
actually talk
something
to
I
me.
can do for you?
thought we had another. Oh, we had an amulet and we're wearing it. That's what it is. Can you give me 87? No. 84? Okay.
May you find all that you
Go
seek.
ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. Let's go take a nap because it's cold. And I'm thirsty. So we actually should go. That's dirty water. This is clean water. Okay, we should actually. Yes, you can get dysentery. We should probably go
Lord.
Yes, Outlander.
and fill our water skin
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
at Maddox's Trade House.
Today's your lucky day.
And then does the Silt Strider go to Margon? That's the next question. You really suck at speechcraft. And you're not an actual publican because you don't have whatchamadinging. What's it? We don't eat Quamacuddle. There's a reason for that. We don't need hides. Racer plumes are useless, so is lichen. I'm trying to keep all the shiny stones for funds. I don't need to be carrying cloth around. No, he doesn't buy books. Alright. I don't know who else this trade house would belong to. Alright. If we report into Darius, he's gonna be like, why have you not done what I told you to do?
Masera.
Oh, we were looking for Lasami, the pants thief. Where is he? That sounded like a
What do
dark
you
elf
seek
name.
in
Ah,
this
pants
wasteland?
thief. You. Pants. Why do you want Hentus's pants? That Swit couldn't put them on without help. When was my last save? An autosave in the temple. Let me try bribing him. Peckish and very thirsty. That sounds like we should eat some stew to make
I
us
see this land
hydrated and
suits
well
you.
fed.
We
Move,
welcome you
Jib.
here.
Ah, we crashed the desktop again. Alright, we've gone on long enough. We've about 2 hours. Wow. I will see you next time. Hopefully we'll be live streaming later tonight. Can't make any promises. Bye.